nation, God is energy. Find just what you seek. 8 frequencies of elevation. Reach your highest frequency. She serving healing and education. Uplifting and motivating. Energy. New nation goddess. Hey, yo, check this. You are now tuned in to the Transcend with NNG podcast with your host, Brittany Walker. New episodes on Wealth and Wellness Wednesdays.
Hey, happy Wealth and Wellness Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to the Transcend with NNG podcast, where I am your host, Brittany Walker, also known as New Nation Goddess. We've made it to Wednesday, July 19th. And guess what? It's the season finale of season 3. What? So excited, guys. We started this podcast a year ago. Last summer, August 2022 was our first episode. So we are 3 seasons in a year later, and we are so thrilled for all of you who have tuned in, who continue to tune in and share our amazing information with the world. All right, we have made it to multiple continents, multiple countries, and I am here for it. So let's get into it. So today's episode is Now That We Know Better. All right, so we can only do better once we have the knowledge, correct? So coming in for Wealth and Wellness Wednesday, you know, we like to kick off each episode with an I am power statement. I representing inspiration, A representing affirmation, and M representing manifestation. And today's I am power statement is, now that I know better, I am willing to do better in order to truly transcend to my highest frequency. Ashe. And so there it is. All right. We typically give you a resource or a quote of the day, and we're going to round it out with my good old LGBTQ plus auntie. May she rest in power, the great Maya Angelou. Do the best you can until you know better. Then when you know better, do better. That's simple. That's simple. One of my other favorite quotes from her, which you guys have heard me say over the past few seasons, bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave, I am the hope and the dream of the slave. And I say enslaved people, but of the slave. They gave us everything. We got everything we need. Why are we sitting here bullshitting, not fulfilling our purposes? Let's get into it, y'all. I'm already hyped up. Y'all can hear the energy in my voice. Let's get into it. So instead of doing the tea of the day, honey, it is 116 degrees in Las Vegas, and she is not engaging in any hot drinks right now. But we are sipping on some good old kombucha to help us still detox, to have some ginger and lemon in it, to give us what we need for today, because we want to make sure that we are giving you all the good tea with this free detox mind. All right, so now that you have the knowledge, how are you going to apply it? We done went through, again, this is the 3rd season, guys. So this is 3 seasons that we done broke down the 8 frequencies of elevation. We have 8 frequencies that we go through, and we teach and we educate and we expound upon every season. So now we've gone through a 3rd season. You keep getting more knowledge on more knowledge. Some things may have been repeated. Some things have been a reminder, but it's really new knowledge coming from different directions for each one of these frequencies. So now that you keep acquiring this, what are you going to do with it? Are you still going to sit at home and bullshit and let your gifts pass you by? Are you still going to sit around and get caught up in distractions while you see that the world is steadily moving and you're kind of stagnant? Are you going to still conform to the things that you are more comfortable with, even though those things have not got you to where you truly desire? Are you still hanging out with low vibrational ass people, or family, or lovers, or coworkers, or people that are trying to keep you at their level because they don't have the power yet enough for themselves to move and shake? So they want to keep you where they're at. So we got this knowledge, right? How we gonna apply it? You getting all this tea, you getting all this great information on top of additional resources that were given to you guys, on top of additional businesses that we're referring you to, on top of books that can help you expound on this knowledge. But what are you doing with it? Have you just been sitting with it this whole entire season or previous seasons? Or have you really started making moves? Many people manifest for the route to take in life. They want guidance. Manifest. I want this. I want this. God, guide me here. Please guide me here. Somebody guide me here. I want a mentor. I want an accountability partner. However, Once you're blessed with the knowledge and you still do not make the necessary moves to elevate yourself, do you think that your ancestors and God and everybody else is fighting and pushing for you to still keep going? It's like you praying for something, but you sitting here still going through the same shit. You not passing no obstacle tests. You not acquiring no new you're not acquiring any additional knowledge that you learn. You're not participating in environmental awareness. You don't have social synergy. You're not doing what you need to do to define your purpose. You're not achieving optimal wellness. You're not building financial competency. So what the hell are you doing with the information that we're giving you? The answers are always right in front of you. Anytime that you really get down, when you really feel like you don't know where to go and what step to take and what move you need to make next, the answers are always right in front of you. You have to pay attention to the signs. One of my favorite movies growing up, or one of my favorite rom-coms growing up, was Fools Rush In. It's a movie that stars Salma Hayek. It was her first leading role. And I always forget his name. Matthew, I can't think of his name right now, but he played Chandler on the show Friends. It was about them, and Isabel, which is Salma Hayek's character, she expounds to him about life is all about signs. Everything you need is around you. So they go through their whole kind of up and down love situation. You know, they have a one night stand. They meet each other. They have a one night stand. She disappears for a few months, pops up. Hey, I'm pregnant. I want to keep the baby. I don't want you to have nothing to do with it. I just want to be respectful and tell you. He ended up getting involved. They fall in love even harder. They end up breaking up right before she had the baby. And then after they broke up, he starts seeing all these signs. The whole movie, she's telling him her grandma got her into it. The signs are everywhere. When you want something, when you ask for something, when you need something, the sign comes to you. And he had so many signs popping up. Like he was in the car, he sees a bus pass by that has like a Caesar Palace advertising on it. And Isabel worked at Caesar Palace. He just starts seeing different things. But the thing that was the breaking moment, he's getting ready to go on a trip with his family, and they have like this girl that had a crush on him since he was younger on the trip. And this little girl is staring at him in the airport. And he was like, why is this little Hispanic girl staring at me? And when he walks out, the girl runs after him, and the girl's mom runs after him and was like, Isabel, come here, which is the name of the woman he's in love with and his baby mama and actually wife at that time because he married her. So then he was like, oh shit, let me go get my woman. Let me go see what's up. He goes to try to get his woman, didn't even know she was still pregnant. Like they end up, it's a cute little story. But the thing was, he started paying attention to the signs. Everything that he wanted and needed out of life, he knew what it was, but he wasn't making the moves that he needed to make to go after it. And he kept getting the signs. I want you guys to do the same thing. Start opening your eyes to the signs, whether it's you driving down the highway and you see a license plate that got 555 on it. Go look up that angel number and see what 555 means. Maybe you've been manifesting that you want a certain partnership to come into play that's going to catapult your career to the next level. And you've done everything that you can to try to get that, and it's not working. But then it might be one sign that comes to you say, hey, be patient, or maybe you need to try this, or go do this. You got to be mindful. When you're distracted with invaluable bullshit, you can't pay attention to the signs because you're in your phone, you're in the TV, you're focusing on other shit that's keeping you away from the signs that are trying to guide you and take you to where you're supposed to be. It's right in front of you. You've manifested it. So it's here. The universe has worked it out for you. But you got to be able to follow through and not just ask for it, but keep proactively working towards that manifestation. Period. So tap into thinking outside the box versus fighting against the noise of being stuck in the bandwagon that society has you in. Society has you conditioned to believing and wanting and needing certain things that you really truly do not need. Those are things that are going to keep you broke. And when I say broke, it's going to keep you broke financially. It's going to keep you broken down mentally. It's going to keep you broken down emotionally. It's going to keep you broken down physically. It's going to keep you away from doing what your body needs, the fuel that your body needs to catapult you to where you're supposed to be. Have you ever came up with an idea that was so unique and you knew nobody else had that idea because you looked into it, you researched, there's no competitors, nothing. But you take that idea to your best friend, or you take that idea to your mate, your partner, take that idea to your favorite family member, and they shoot it down. That's kind of stupid. That don't make sense. Why would you want to do all that? Like, that's doing too much. Like, who cares about that? Nobody cares about that. But ooh, look at this meme in this video I just sent you. That is when you need to open up, and instead of getting discouraged because of the people that you love and care about most are putting you down or kind of shooting down what you want to do, that should be the determining factor for you to open up your eyes and like, I got a gold mine. I'm onto something here. Because shit will start getting thrown in your way when you start going down the right path. And it typically, the stuff that gets thrown in your way typically is associated with somebody that you really care about, or that you really love, or that you feel like you value in your life, because their opinion means so much to you that it could taint you from doing what you're meant to do. Take this time, guys. Take this time to apply the knowledge. We know better, so we have to do better. And before I even said this quote by the wonderful late Maya Angelou, you've heard me say it before in past episodes, definitely in this season and definitely in season 2. When we know better, we do better, right? Simple. When we know better, we do better. You can't say, somebody didn't teach me this, I want to be wealthy. Nobody didn't teach me this. Then somebody gives you some tea on how to compound your interest. Somebody gives you tea on how to build residual income. Somebody gives you tea on being a minimalist for a few years so you can really stack your paper and catapult yourself to the next level. But then you don't take heed to it because you still want to go get your fucking nails done. You still want to have all these subscriptions to Netflix and Spotify and Tidal and all these other places. Sorry, Spotify. I know I'm on your network, but just being real. You want to still engage in not cooking for yourself, but ordering all this takeout. You want to engage in buying all these outfits and shoes and clothes and shit. Then you really ain't even got nowhere to go and use and to cap with it. You're doing it because everybody else is doing it. Wake up. Those are distractions. Those are things to throw you off from where you're supposed to be going and what you're supposed to be doing. Simple. You have the knowledge now. Now it's time to apply it. Application is this is the step. This is the final step of 8 frequencies of elevation. Apply it. Application, apply that shit. It's sad for me to sit around and watch so many talented people waste away their gifts because they get consumed with the crabs in the barrel. They get consumed with wanting to conform with what society has going on. They get consumed of not having enough likes and not enough followers. None of that shit really means anything. And I need you to be clear about that. It does not mean anything. I was watching an episode. Shout out to Anthony O'Neill. I've talked about him a few times this season. Anthony O'Neill with the table, or the table with Anthony O'Neill. I watch him on YouTube, and he had a episode he released not too long ago with a woman named Shanti, and she basically capitalized and built her wealth off of making some really bomb ass quizzes to get people to think, to help you get realistic data and analytics to help catapult your business to the next level, right? And so while Shanti is talking, she was dropping so many gems on stepping outside the box. Stop doing what everybody else is doing. Like, focus on you and what you have going on. Focus on your passion, your lane. Everything else will fall into place like it's supposed to. But if you're trying to keep up with what everybody else is doing, you're losing sight of who you really are and what you're really meant to do in this lifetime. So don't get caught up in the hype. Okay? Lastly, guys, to wrap it up, let go of being lazy. Let go of procrastinating. Let go of doing anything that hinders you from shifting your mind positively. Let go of anything that's keeping you from tapping into your real wealth. That could be people, places, things, situations, events, TV, your phone, your dog, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your husband, your wife, your fiance, your best friend, your college roommate that you do everything with, your favorite sibling, your mom, that uncle that's my favorite uncle. He's always around for everything, but then he's always really like the negative person that brings all the bullshit around. Like, you got to be mindful of letting go of the things that are preventing you from getting to your bag, getting to your wealth. People misconstrue bag and wealth. I never say wealth and money. That's not the same thing to me. Wealth is so much more. If that's the case, then I'll just be saying, I want to be rich. I want the bag. I want the money. That's all I want. And it's more than that. It's your time. It's your opportunities. It's the fact that you can get up and have an abundance of resources that other people might not have access to. It's your health, your overall wellness, not just your physical ability, your mental, your emotional, your spiritual. All of this has to do with your wealth. Get your fucking wealth up and stop bullshitting with these motherfuckers that's not going nowhere, that's not doing nothing different, that's been doing the same ass shit since you've known them. Let go of that mate that y'all talked about building this life and this dream together. And they're not moving and shaking. They steadily talk about what they want to do, but they're not doing it. Let go of that toxic family member that you feel like you have such a close connection to, but that person keeps dragging you down to their level, and therefore you cannot catapult yourself into where you're trying to go, because every time you try to leave, they reach for you and they pulling you back down with them because they don't want to move. That best friend that still wants to party and get drunk and invite random people over to y'all hotel room when y'all out of town. Nah, that shit ain't cool. Not when you trying to build wealth and make the moves that you trying to make. That family member that you decided that you don't want to drink alcohol no more because, one, is better for your health, and two, you want to save money because you realize how much money you waste on alcohol. So you want to then use that money to invest in yourself, but then you have that family member that's still trying to pressure you to drink. Or you're no fun no more because you're not doing this. You have fear that you're not going to be successful, even though you know you have a gift and talent that nobody else has. You know that you have a special thing about you. You know you have that it factor, but you tend to get caught up and you're afraid that you're going to fail. So then you get caught up in your phone and TV, and then you start being lazy and you start procrastinating. It's time to let all that shit go, everybody. It's time to apply the knowledge that you've learned. It's time to really tap into who you are, and it's time to transcend with NNG. Come transcend with me. We ready. We out here. We moving. 3 seasons in, guys, I've elevated so much from the time that I started episode 1, season 1. We now season 3, episode 10. I am a totally different person because I continue elevating. I continue transcending. I continue to see what was bullshit and what was distractions and what people are actually still doing. It's a whole year later, and some of the people that wanted to come, that was trying to hold me down, I look back and they still doing the same ass shit. And I didn't give them the same advice. I didn't give them the same details. I didn't give them the same leg up. I didn't give them resources. I didn't even put people in front of your face that you could build a strategic partnership with, and y'all still haven't even done anything with it. But these are people that I also have cut off and I removed from my social media when I did my last cleanse. I told you I did a cleanse a few weeks ago. 120 people gone. Y'all no longer adding value in my life. You don't present anything that's going to be beneficial for my brain for me to absorb, that's going to help me physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, or financially. So you got to go. Who else is transcended with me? It's your time. With me just saying that, I have to make a joke. I just felt like I was back in my preaching days and I was asking people to come up to the altar and give themselves, come dedicate yourself, come get baptized today. Nah, we flipping it. Come transcend, come elevate, come shift your mind. When we come back from season 4, I want you to be locked and loaded and ready to acquire more information that's going to keep pushing you to your highest self. I don't want you to come back next season and you still doing the same ass shit. You still have not gotten that one goal done. You still have not took one step towards that business move. You have not taken a step towards eating better. You have not taken a step towards your physical health. You have not taken a step of your spiritual health, of coming up with a top of the day or first of the day routine that's going to better you. You have not let go of the people that keep dragging your ass down. You have not let go of the bad habits. It's time. It's time, baby. It's time. So to recap, we're talking about now that we know better, we do better, right? You got all this information, 3 seasons worth of information on top of resources that expound out well past the 3 seasons. I want the best for each and every one of you who are listening. And if you're sharing this information with anybody, I want it for them too, for your loved ones. And if they're not ready to move and shake when you're ready to move, I send you grace that you keep going, because eventually they will either get on the bandwagon and see like, oh shit, I could really make some moves still in my life, or they're going to stay where they're at. And you got to be comfortable with that, because it's your life, your journey, your purpose. When you leave this realm, you want to leave a legacy. You don't want to look back and say, damn, I wasted 60, 70 years of my life and I didn't do shit but be lazy and sit on this goddamn couch. I'll get up and go to church every Sunday and pay my money and my services to them, but I can't put that into myself. Come on, let's get with it. So to recap, again, now that we know better, we do better. We're ending season 3 with a bang. I want to give a special shout out to JJ Cicero. She came through with I actually specially requested, give me something UGK inspired. If you know me, UGK is near and dear to my heart. Rest in peace, Pimp C. I love you, Bun B, but Pimp C, that's my dude, Sweet James Jones. Love it, love it, love it. I appreciate you for the banger, for getting my UGK feels, my Swisher House feels, my Houston feels, my dirty down south country rap tune feels. Thank you for the banging intro for this season coming through. I want to send gratitude to all of my listeners. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to comment to this episode. Even with the season ending, I still get your comments. I can still respond to you. If you need any assistance, if you need additional resources, or you need any guidance, I got you. Don't hesitate to reach out, to comment. Be sure to like, share. Again, share with somebody that it may resonate with. And if it doesn't resonate with you, just let some of this information just sit and just do research for yourself. Just do things for yourself. Not what everybody else is telling you to do. I'm giving you information on what worked for me, what's worked for over 100 clients that I've had, what's worked for people that in my new business that's actually working for them. I'm taking skills from this entity and using it in a totally different business that don't have nothing to do with this mission and values. All right, guys. I also want to send gratitude for you. Gratitude to you all for tuning in, for being amazing guests, for keeping us running for 3 seasons. We look forward to keep serving you, educating you, and healing you along your journey as you continue to transcend into your highest frequency. So again, gratitude for that, and manifesting a positive, productive, and peaceful remainder of the day, the week. And it's going to be a couple months before I see you guys again. We coming through on Wednesday, September 20th. We will be back. So a couple of months. It's only 2 months we're going to be gone, but we'll be back for so many new episodes full with resources and information that's really going to continue to help you transcend to your highest frequency. All right, guys? We look forward to seeing you then. But until then, take care. Love on yourself. Show yourself some grace. But apply, most importantly, apply this peaceful information, this productive information, this positive information, these resources to your life. We'll be talking to you all soon. Look forward to seeing you all in a couple of months. Peace.